Coming up on Together with Karen Leigh, two of Colorado's freshman congressmen say it's time to get along and put service back into politics.
I want to say thank you so much for being willing to sacrifice your Saturday.
You know, we are a community that takes care of our own.
And we should do more for each other, shouldn't we? It can be something big or small, doesn't really matter. It all counts and it all makes a difference. That's at the very heart of this show, Together. Turns out it's also at the very heart of two new congressmen as they shared their desires to serve others with our Sean Boyd.
When Congressman Jason Crow vowed to serve his constituents, this is probably not what they had in mind.
Nice to meet you.
The same could be said of Representative Joe Neguse. Both of these freshman congressmen are determined to put the service back into the role of public servants.
It's something that it seems to have been lost in our politics is this concept of service.
Neguse has a practice of starting town halls with community service, putting action before politics.
The idea of giving folks across the political spectrum an opportunity to go out and do some landscaping work together, to serve the community together, I think it helps people empathize with each other's points of view and perhaps become even better listeners.
I love doing this. First of all, it's just nice to get my hands dirty and actually have some tangible product at the end of the work.
Crow talked about his idea of service Saturdays while he laid tile at a Habitat for Humanity build.
We're seeing it, you know, police and firefighters and nurses, you know, people who are serving us can't afford to live in our community anymore.
Once a month, he comes together with community members to tackle tough challenges like affordable housing. Both men agree working together makes those tough conversations easier.
It's a little different sitting next to somebody asking questions of your congressman than it is to actually volunteer back here in the kitchen in the homeless shelter with someone who might disagree with you politically, but who shares the same sense of service.
But when you work with somebody, when you get your hands dirty, when you get sweaty with somebody and you're out there just getting something done, you can actually have actual conversations.
Getting those conversations going and volunteering together is the ultimate goal.
A very divisive time that we're in right now, I think it's really important that people just lead by example. That, you know, they put the Twitter and Facebook down and they just start doing the work. And they just show what you can do to help each other and promote goodness in the community.
It will help heal the fabric in our country.
Now, we know these are two of our lawmakers, but we want to put politics aside and wanted to have Sean come in and talk with us a little bit about this. And Sean, it's just so great to see these politicians being people, right? And just out there, like you said, getting their hands dirty.
Right. And, you know, they are politicians, and we can't ignore that we live in such a polarized political climate these days. And I really do think that service helps break down some of those barriers, you know, when you're both doing the service together. I think Congressman Neguse talked about that. You're out doing the landscaping with somebody. It makes it easier, I think, when you then sit down with them at a town hall, and these town halls can get pretty ugly very quickly.
No, we've seen that. People get moved out, right?
Right, and I think it helps, you know, if they get to know each other during that service before the town hall, that then they respect each other a little bit more, see each other as neighbors, as fellow Coloradans.
Right, as real people, right? And sometimes we don't. We put them on a pedestal and we expect certain things for them, and at the end of the day, they are just our neighbors. Right. We just happen to get in that job of service. Are you starting to see more of our lawmakers get to this level? It seems like we cover some stories of a lot of service work being done by our lawmakers.
Yeah, I think we have not focused on that maybe enough.
You've got too many other things to talk about.
They are public servants, and they, I think, by and large, our congressional delegation is good at recognizing that and really doing the service part of that. So, yeah.
We just thought it was so neat, so we appreciate you coming in here and talking with us a little bit about it. Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it. Well, who doesn't like to dig in the earth and watch something grow? We caught up with some folks who are pretty good about getting things to grow, and when they do, they actually give all that food away. Grow Local Colorado has 11 spots for gardening, including veggies tucked right into the flowers at the governor's mansion. For all those people taking care of these plants, they say it is truly a mission of love.
We're making Denver healthier. We're making Denver happier. We're bringing people together. And if you haven't been out volunteering yet, it doesn't have to be in a garden.
That's right. And this is no surprise. Barbara shared with us that when these volunteers return from visiting all of those food banks, they cannot wait to come back and pitch in again. Well, gardens like those help parents struggling to feed their families. Hard to imagine worrying about where you're going to find or pay for the food that you need to put on your table. Well, and one mother got a hand up that changed her life. She knew that she had to give back. Michael Abeda takes us to Food Rescue.
This is all food that wouldn't make it out to our communities or to any other stores.
Christine Alford knows a good idea when she sees one. 4 years ago, she was a young mother struggling to help provide for her family when a no-cost grocery store changed her life.
Having that resource right there readily available for me was so impactful for me and my family.
She decided everyone should have access to healthy food and knew her neighbors didn't. So she started a no-cost grocery program in her own neighborhood. She also joined the board of directors for Denver Food Rescue, an organization that gathers food that would otherwise be thrown out and distributes it to families in need.
No matter what walk of life you come from, you know, food it's medicine, and it's your birthright to be able to have access to fresh, healthy food for you and your family.
Since then, Christina has worked her way up from customer to board member, and now she's the executive director of Denver Food Rescue, the same organization that helped her in her time of need. She says she thinks her experience can help the organization better serve the communities that need them.
We can definitely learn textbook things, but without a lived experience to kind of go hand in hand with some of the policies and procedures that are here in Denver, it's kind of blanketed. Resident-led and volunteer-driven models are the right way to go.
Look at that colorful table. Well, you know what they say about teaching a man to fish, and we know fishing feeds not only the body but also the soul. I love those early morning bass fishing days with my dad. Unforgettable. It'll change your life, as Jamie Leary shows us.
When you're fishing in this boat, it's more than just about the catch. This is angling with officers, and it's all about leaving the stresses of the workplace behind and giving back to those who give so much to our community.
Just to get them out and let them forget about what's going on.
A peaceful day on the water coming up on Together.
What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, it's a question our kids face over and over. Well, now there's a nonprofit trying to show girls just how many options they have. We were so curious. Tori Mason wanted to check it out.
Summer is a great time for kids to explore career options, especially ones they might not have ever considered.
When she came the first year, she was like, yeah, I want to be a cosmetologist. She now is in a construction pathway in her high school.
The summer program that's opening girls' eyes to new possibilities. That's ahead on Together.
And sometimes construction workers discover all kinds of wonders, including dinosaurs. That's what happened in Highlands Ranch, and it's allowed us to meet a woman ready to inspire a new generation. A dino discovery in Highlands Ranch turns into a muddy mess. But now that those bones are in the museum, they are turning a paleontologist into a role model.
Where you have an opportunity to share what you know with them, which is really exciting.
How a triceratops is attracting kids to science. That's next on Together.
Together with Karen Leigh, sponsored by Canvas Credit Union. We're Canvas, and we've got you covered, Colorado. Go live.
A restaurant reaping the benefits of the power of positivity over fear and some pretty nasty comments. Pizzability opened in Cherry Creek North in January, hiring people with disabilities. The owner knew it was going to be a little tough, but when she shared the news of people making derogatory comments while standing right outside her restaurant, the community rallied together, filling up her pizza place. She told our Tori Mason that her real hope is to convert the skeptical.
I hope they come in and give us a shot.
Even if it was the same person who said an ugly thing, you still want them to come back?
I still want them to come in.
Other restaurants are even helping out, telling their regular customers, hey, skip us for lunch one day and go check out Pizzability. All right, meteorologist Lauren Whitney is with us, and sometimes we share some of the pictures of people sitting in. Today we want to talk a little bit about one of your passions, which is science and girls in science, and getting girls involved more in science, right?
Exactly. Our big event is still not until next spring. We're already thinking about it now, but we still work a lot with the Museum of Nature and Science, and I love working with them so much. Right now, the museum is in the midst of cleaning up all those Triceratops bones that they just dug up in Highlands Ranch. Natalie Toth, the chief fossil proprietor, that's a just tough one there, is in charge of the project, but she tells us what she really loves is getting a chance to interact with the youngest visitors.
These are all the different bones of the skeleton that we found.
just a few weeks ago. You know, dinosaurs are such a great gateway topic into science. I feel so fortunate to have the opportunity to even, you know, have that as part of my life, my career, and something that I can speak to, because it is something that captivates everyone from age 4 to 104.
And Karen, Natalie tells me what's really great is seeing how many more role models there are for young girls. And as we know, Natalie is one herself, and I've met her several times, and she's a rock star. She inspires me. I want to be like her. She's so cool.
Right, and you can tell her she's so passionate, right? And that's
Yeah.
what it's all about. I mean, you're passionate about weather and science, and then you can see how passionate she is about what she does, and you can't help but get engaged by it.
Right, and I did some interviews with her for Girls in Science, and she was, you know, digging in the bones and telling me all about stuff, even at 5 a.m. So she's really into it, and you know, it's like being a kid in the playground as an adult.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Well, thank you for sharing a little bit more about her with us. We appreciate it, and we would love to see how you're making connections where you are. So share your pictures with us, and we'll feature them right here on Together. Send us an email at togetherforcolorado@cbs.com. Post it on social media using #4Colorado. And you can always talk directly to me, so please do. Email me at kaylee@cbs.com. Well, working together brings a lot of satisfaction, especially if it involves one of your favorite spots. How these volunteers are making a difference in the great outdoors. Coming up on this week's Together for Colorado calendar, how about spending Monday morning hiking and learning about the history of Loveland? It's the last date for the city's historical hikes. Tuesday is National Night Out. It's the perfect chance to really get to know your neighbors. And Friday is the hottest charity event in town as the 2020 Colorado Firefighters Calendar is unveiled. You can find out more about these events by visiting the Together for Colorado section of cbsdenver.com. Protect and serve. That's what our police officers do, but many of us know that they often do so much more than that. So this story is well deserved. The Fort Collins Police Department is honoring officers with the True Blue Award. We first met Scott Mayer and Kelsey Score in June of 2018. That's when they met the Loban family. The family of 3 had fell victim to a rental scam, and the officers knew that they really wanted to help out. So they raised enough money to get that family off the streets and into a home that they truly could call their own.
We were pretty heartbroken seeing the kids without a place to live. That's something none of us were prepared to see that day. So I think that's kind of what inspired and what made us believe we could actually do this.
Nice to have a little bit of hope.
Rather than us completely losing faith in people, because we were definitely on the verge of it. That just shows you that there are good people.
Yes, there are. A third officer, Rob Knabb, is also True Blue. He loves interacting with kids. He is being recognized for helping a girl who lost her hard-earned money in a scam involving a puppy. So a big thank you and a hug to all of our police officers. We truly appreciate all that you do for us. Well, when asked what they want to be when they grow up, a lot of kids will say police officers or firefighters, but sometimes for girls, their answers seem a little more narrow. Well, that is about to change. The construction industry is coming together to show them jobs that might fit them perfectly, a career they might never have thought of. Tori Mason invites us to class.
And crush it and use it.
It's rare to see this many women in hard hats, because over 90% of the construction industry is men.
So it's really important to have diversity in a company, and it really drives change and success. And so a lot of the industry now is really seeing that and saying we need more women in this industry.
These high school girls are learning about careers they never considered because they didn't know much about them.
When they come into the program, they're like, well, transportation and construction. You're going to teach us about how to drive a bus and how to dig a ditch.
Throughout Transportation and Construction Girl Career Days, they'll tour 5 job sites and hear from women in male-dominated fields.
You get to see a project from start to finish.
Tuesday, they saw the beginning phases of a maintenance hangar at DIA.
And they get to talk to architects, to drone operators, to the head of accounting, to cybersecurity personnel.
When Sarai joined the program 3 years ago, she wanted to be a cosmetologist.
When I first came here, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever.
She didn't expect it to change her mind. Then she kept finding more and more perks.
They're not always in the office. They're not always out on the field.
Now, Sarai's on the construction path at her high school, hoping other young girls will follow.
It's an actual considerable career for me.
It's a good one, and we can do anything. With growth in Colorado showing no signs of slowing, the number of opportunities are only going to grow. Right now, women make up only 8% of the workforce. Pretty surprising. Well, if you love to fish, you know the secret it holds, how it literally feeds your soul. To the waters we go when together returns. I love to fish. Every time I do it, I think, why don't I do this more? It's so peaceful and quiet. It literally feeds the body and soul. For our first responders, it can provide a valuable chance to recharge. Jamie Leary hits the river and takes us along.
Well, I never caught anything, so this might be a big day.
A big day requires an early start, but Officer Ed O'Connell works the graveyard shift. The early start isn't his main concern.
Hopefully I can catch at least one fish so it doesn't look like a total loss.
Basically, when we're pulling that, it spins in the water like this.
It's a welcome break.
You're jaywalking.
He's only been with Denver Police for 2 years.
Just let it drop down, or?
And for Officer O'Connell, it's been busy.
I was 2 days short of my first 1 year mark when I got shot.
Ed was shot in his leg last October. The gunman, a young man who had also shot his mother.
I told him if he does his time, which he pled guilty to, you know, I'll put in a good word for him when he gets out.
On top of that, he's now close with the shooter's mother.
It's pretty cool now. I drive by her house and she sees me and she like flips her lights on and off so we know, you know, she's home and stuff.
A day like today, the least pro angler Jack Winters can do to say thank you.
Just to get them out and let them forget about what's going on.
With fresh worms and a fish finder, this was Ed's lucky day.
Yeah. Gee, those are sharp, man.
Yeah, they'll get you.
His first official catch, long overdue. So is taking a day like this for himself.
Maybe a little, but he's got a lot of spunk.
Yes, he does.
You got to kiss this one.
Give him a kiss.
Well, we know Coloradans love being outside and love taking care of it as well. Well, a group of volunteers spent a Sunday working on the Gunnison River Valley. About 24 folks built one rock dams in Butler Gulch. Placing the rocks there helps slow the water flow and then it prevents erosion. They also checked on all the willow trees out there that they planted last summer. They were delighted to find out that they had survived both drought and high waters. Thanks to Candid Aid for sharing all these fabulous photos with us. We love, look at that little tree. Well, I love it when you are there sharing how people are coming together where you live. So connect with me, post some cool story ideas or pictures to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag #4Colorado, and I'll be sure to share what's going on in your world on air. So thanks so much for sharing those photos. And thank you for joining us on Together. I look forward to seeing you next week as we share the awesome ways that people are coming together for one another in Colorado. It's good to share the good that's going on right next door to you. Until then, let's get our hands dirty. We want to head back out to that massive and muddy dinosaur dig that just finished in Highlands Ranch. Enjoy.